I got started officiating, I guess, while I was still in college. Back in those days, even though with a scholarship, you still had to have some pocket money. And that was one of the easier things for me to do, was to officiate volleyball. I would go into Birmingham, where there was some competition at the high school level, and I officiated there. I threw paper, post herald, all kinds of things. So to stay involved, that was actually how I got started in making a little pocket change. I think one of the most memorable was when I actually did a high school state tournament back in, I guess, the early 2000. We were still doing pool play. And at the end of pool play, you would pull out 4 teams, and they would do the semis, and then the final day would be the finals. So I actually had one of the semis, which was a 4A at the time, and it was probably the most fast-paced, best timing. Everything just clicked. And my R2 at the time was Jeff Sharp, and he and I were like on the clock. We had no issues with the coaches. The ball retrievers were there. Everything was just moving right along, and it was a great battle. It went the limit. I think at that time it was still 2 out of 3. It could have been 3 out of 5, but either way, we went to the deciding game all the way through that. Well, actually, my greatest achievement is not for myself so much as someone I actually gave a start in officiating volleyball. That particular person made the Final Four in NCAA Division I. She actually ref several and is still doing that. Margie Ray. So that to me felt so good, to be able to watch someone you've given them the opportunity to reach their peak. You know, I get that the greatest reward for me, given to me, has to be having someone I've officiated either in a tournament or even a regular season or at a state tournament, for them years later to come back and say, hey, remember you officiated me in this match and you taught me this, or you gave me this opportunity to write out. This actually happened to me while I was sitting at the table during one of the finals not too long ago, 2-3 years ago. A parent came up and said, you officiated me when I was in the state final, and I got frustrated with myself, and I threw the ball down, and you just kind of like crooked your finger and said, don't do that anymore, and you didn't give me the yellow card, but I'll never forget that you gave me that particular knowing look that you shouldn't be doing that. If it wasn't for Glenda Autry, who got me started in Montgomery, if it wasn't for Susan Nunnally at Auburn, who gave me a start in college, my BFF, who has passed away, Pat Martin, she's always with me at every match. We went through a lot. I think we pretty much stood for volleyball and brought that particular game into the arena and brought the outside world of the state, where the rest of the world of volleyball has a big impact on the young generation. We are in a service-oriented profession. You're actually facilitating the game. You're not policing, You're not really in a teaching mode. You're actually trying to facilitate and move the game with, of course, enforcing the rules as it should be. But again, service is the key word here. To be included along with all the others so well known in the sports in their own field, it's overwhelming and humbling experience.